Sup, everybody? Hope all of y'all are doing undeniably fan-freaking-tastic out there. It is I, your Grandpoo Babuya, James SelfStandard, and I am here with the legendary Harry Bernard Taylor, and tonight is Wrestlemania 41, and we are here ready to take a gamble and ramble about this. You ready, Harry?
Yeah, we're about to talk it up, James. So let's get this thing rolling, brother. James Self-Standard, the man in the
All
house.
right.
Booyah.
All right, first up, look, I'm getting since the new regime of the Polovic era came through, I'm getting the tag team titles mixed up. All right, I forgot which ones. I forgot the names of which one are on Raw and which ones are on SmackDown. What tag? Is it the world title or the undisputed? I don't got confused.
Okay.
What
The
put the
world
roll on?
titles are on Raw, and the Universal Tag Team titles are on SmackDown.
Okay. So the World Tag Team Championships are being defended by the War Raiders, who takes on the New Day. Who's your pick on this one?
Man, I roll with the New Day. I mean, I would
New
rather
Day?
see. Yes, I would rather see the War Raiders win, but I think the New Day will win it because they have got to continue to build them. They got to continue the momentum of building them. So it only makes sense for them to put it on the New Day, even though the New Day has been World Tag Team Champions over and over and over again. I mean, now that they are heels, they never been heels. So to continue to hate, to continue to build that up, they're gonna have to put those belts on the New Day and make that a feud. You definitely can continue on with what you have on with the War Raiders for another 2-3 months after WrestleMania. I definitely think that will be. I think that will be a benefit to the roster, to Raw, to the WWE to go ahead and do that because the New Day is huge. Everybody know who the New Day is, and that is going to propel. I think it will propel the tag team division up to another level. And then, with that being said, you can have other people, and like you can have Ray come in and team with his brother Penta because Penta is over on he's on Raw. You can put those two together and they could go after the World Tag Team Championships. Of course, you could do it the same way, switching it over to SmackDown. But I think they are going to put. I do think Ray Phoenix will join Penta a little bit later on Raw, and they will be going for the World Tag Team Championships. And you can have a great tag team division play off of that New Day and Penta and Ray Phoenix. You can have a great tag team division get started off of that.
Yeah, totally. And I agree with your assessment about giving the New Day like a big push to like utilize this whole heel turn they got going on. But there is only one excuse that I find reasonable to make them lose this match, and that's if Big E does something. Like, I think Big E's got to make an appearance in some kind of capacity because I know Big E's been. I, yeah, I know Big E's been out with a career-threatening injury, but so has both War Raiders. And with like a big stage like WrestleMania, I know the War Raiders, they really haven't been getting utilized much since they won those tag team championships to begin with. So my only thing is, if the War Raiders are going to win, then there gotta be some like Big E usage out there to some capacity.
Right. That's true. I agree. Maybe Big E will get involved. I mean, that's something that they have not continued on with, and it's still in the back of everybody's mind. So, yes, if Big E gets involved, then that's going to stop the New Day from winning the tag team championships. And then you have a whole new scenario with Big E, and especially if Big E, Big E comes to interfere, and if he joins up with the War Raiders, man, that would be fantastic. If they would pull something off like that, James. I would love to see that. I really would.
All right, next up, we have Jade Cargill taking on Naomi. And honestly, I wish this was just Jade versus Bianca, but I think it's an easy answer that Jade's winning.
Well, Jade will win this match, but I do think they will be leading up to what you're talking about. As far as Jade and Bianca, I think this is a lead up to it. I think Jade will end up beating Naomi. After a while, I think Bianca is going to feel a certain way because Naomi is a friend, and she's going to continue to be a friend later on. Right now, she's not. She's kind of upset with what Naomi did, but I do think Jade, after she wins this match, she's going to be feeling a certain way. And I think a little bit later on, she will be challenging Bianca Belair, especially if Belair wins the World Heavyweight Championship, which we will get to a little bit later. But yeah, I do think there's a challenge coming. And what I see from TKO Holdings, they are all about popularity right now, and they love the popularity of Bianca Belair, and they know everybody wants Jade and Bianca. And I think this is what it's gonna. I think this match, this match will lead to a Jade Bianca feud a little bit later on down the road. So look forward to that. I definitely look forward to that. But I'm with you. I think Jade wins this match.
All right, and one thing I'm also noticing, if this lineup is correct, I think it might have been a good idea they put that women's triple threat match on night 2, but we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let me finish up with the list. All right, next up, we have the United States Championship being defended by LA Knight. Yeah! Who takes on Jacob Fatu.
I see Jacob Fatu winning this title. LA Knight, it's not his fault, not what he's doing, but the WWE right now has a problem with keeping the steam going when they should. LA Knight has had to continue to reinvent himself, and that's something that you know about, James, being a wrestler and everything, and having to continue to reinvent yourself. Not really. He's not changing his character or anything like that, but he has to work hard to keep his popularity up. And man, he is a very, very popular wrestler. And to me, I don't think the WWE has taken full advantage of that and pretty much pushed him to the moon. But they seem to be pushing Jacob Fatu to the moon right now. They are very enamored with what Jacob Fatu can do. I don't really think too much of him. Chris loves the guy. I don't think too much of him myself, but they seem really bent on taking this guy to the top of the stars, man. To pretty much give him every single thing that they can give him. And yeah, I just don't see LA Knight surviving this run that Jacob Fatu is on. I think Jacob Fatu is gonna go through LA Knight, and when it boils down to it, it's sad, but I do see Jacob Fatu winning this match.
I do as well, and I think that might be the only reason LA Knight got the title back from Shinsuke to begin with, because it looked like we was finally getting a decent Shinsuke push until, oh no, let's just give it back to Knight so Jacob can take it from him. All right, next up, we got Tiffany Stratton defending her WWE Women's Championship against Charlotte Flair. This one feels tough.
I'm gonna have to, your heart says, your head is gonna be telling you Charlotte will win the match. She's got the most experience. She's very talented. Technically, you could say she's the best wrestler, female wrestler in the world. Of course, you could throw Becky Lynch in there. You could throw Bianca Belair in there. But as far as top tier, Charlotte Flair right now, in my opinion, there's nobody better as far as in the world of wrestling. We may have a couple people that's not in the WWE that's pretty much can hang with her, but you do have other women that's right there with her as far as talent wise. Bianca, Naomi, and Becky Lynch, and a couple other ones that pretty much are on that talent level. But when it boils down to it, she has way more experience than Tiffany Stratton, and I'm not gonna say she's far more talented than Tiffy is, but one thing about Tiffy is right now she is realizing that talent, and she is gonna, and she's gonna get even better. She has just as much, I believe, as Charlotte when Charlotte was a rookie herself, when Charlotte was a young lady in the game herself. The talent of Tiffany Stratton is not questionable. I don't question her talent at all. She's very talented. I do question her experience. But with that being said, I still see Tiffany Stratton winning this match, because the reason I do see her pulling it out is because Charlotte has had it time and time again, and right now Tiffany Stratton is very, very popular. Even with a little controversy here and there, but she's still very popular, and I think they want to shoot her. I think they want to shoot her through the stratosphere. I think they want to shoot her all the way up to the top, James. So I got to roll with Tiffany. I roll with Tiffany on this one.
Me too, and I'm glad you said. I'm glad you name dropped Becky, because that just made me remember something. Like, both Charlotte and Becky, they've already been established in their own right, and I remember something that kind of like, ticked me off when Tiffany was still NXT Women's Champion. Like, she didn't hold on to that belt. She didn't hold on to that belt long. Like, they just sent Becky down there to take the belt from her, and that reign didn't last too long. So Tiffany putting Becky over like the way she did, I don't want that scenario repeated with Charlotte. All right, and I think Tiffany deserves a big put. I think Tiffany deserves a big victory over somebody like Charlotte. Like, it would do Tiffany's very good.
Yeah, I definitely think it's gonna happen, James. That doesn't mean that Charlotte's not gonna keep coming for her, but I do think in this scenario that Tiffany will win. She will win this match. And one thing that I wish WWE would do, I wish they would build their women's tag team championship. Women's tag team. I wish they would really build that thing up, because you could take somebody like Charlotte Flair, who has had numerous championships, and you could put her in a tag team with somebody, and it doesn't diminish her at all. Put her in a tag team with somebody, and that team just be dominant. And that's what they used to do in wrestling back in the day. When somebody that was very prominent lost a title, they would immediately put them in a tag team, and they would win titles, win gold. So there's no shame in that. But yeah, I do see Charlotte losing this title. I mean, not losing this title, but losing this match.
All right, next up, this next one might be a very easy answer. We got Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
Oh wow, man! Wow! Oh my gosh, man! Wow!
This should have been a mask match.
Yeah, oh gosh, man. For some reason, I think Rey Mysterio is gonna win the match, because look, as much as we get out here, what's that?
Oh, there's no way he's losing. Ain't no way he's losing.
No, he's not losing. Me and Chris, even though yesterday we was online yesterday on Raw, and we were saying, El Grande Americano is not, he definitely not Chad Gable. We was talking back and forth with people online, and we were saying there's no flipping way, man. There's no flipping way, and talking about El Grande Americano is a legend and everything, but he's actually fighting. He's actually fighting a real legendary luchador, and so we said El Grande is a legendary luchador, which he's not. He was not back there with Mil Mascaras and Dos Carros or any of those guys that was, big time legend luchadors. But Rey Mysterio is in that class, man. And you can't help El Grande, who is a fake luchador, come in there and beat him. That's just not going to happen. I see Rey Mysterio pulling us off. Do I see Rey Mysterio getting a massive El Grande Americano? That could happen. That could happen. I wouldn't be shocked at all. But I see Rey Mysterio taking him out. But I do see this as a good match because, hey man, you know Chad Gable can go with anybody, James. He really can. Great competitor, you know, Chad Gable is. And he's a great representative, man, of this fake luchador that he's doing. And I think it's kind of funny. I wish they would carry it on. I wouldn't even mind if El Grande Americano just run and just keep and loses the match on a big count out and they continue this thing on because it's kind of funny, man. But I see him losing that match tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like you said,
Right.
no way Ray can lose.
Exactly. All right.
But I think I do have one suspect that might be El Grande Americano. All right, just hear me out. I know it's been almost 12 years, but, you know, 2003 was a long time ago. I'm just saying, Mr. America's been really quiet. And on that note, let's move on. Alright, next up, we have the World Heavyweight Championship being defended by Gunther, who takes on Jey Uso.
Oh gosh, man.
Jay's got done dirty in this feud.
Yeah, he has, man. Yes, he has.
I mean, third time could be the charm. Like, I wouldn't mind Jay winning.
Well, only reason I can say Jay's winning because of the popularity, man. Like I said, I think TKO Holdings and Endeavor is all about how popular these guys are, man. They just are. You know, it's great as Gunther is. Now, one thing about Jey Uso, I can see him winning the title, but I don't see him holding on to it for too long. I do see Jay and his brother Jimmy ending up as a tag team again. So if Jimmy wins it, and I do think he will win, I think he will. I do think he's possible. Most likely, it's 90% chance that he's going to win the title tomorrow. But in reality, if Gunther gets a rematch, I think within a few weeks, man, it's over with. Kind of like Jay when he won the United States Heavyweight Championship. He held it for how long? About 3-4 weeks. I think he held it a little bit longer than that. And Braun Breaker took it back from him. So I do see a scenario like that. I do see that scenario playing out. And I think it's about loyalty with Jay in the way Jay has been able to pull the crowd. I think that's what the WWE is doing. So I do think Jey Uso will win the title. I don't mind him winning it either. I mean, the guy's over big time. But after he wins it, can he sustain that? That's what I'm wondering. Can he sustain that? Will people be very happy that he is the champion? I do think he will have the WWE universe. I think he will have the international wrestling community. I do think he will have that for a little while, but not long, because he's very limited when it comes to his in-ring performance. That's not saying he's not a great wrestler, but he's a great tag team wrestler. He's a good, above average singles guy, but he's outstanding as a tag team competitor. So I just don't see him holding it alone, but I do see him winning tomorrow. I'm gonna roll with Jay on that.
All right. Now, so I was gonna say that. Look, I only want Gunther winning on one condition, one very big condition. All right. We need somebody from Jay's. We need a particular person from Jay's family to step in, okay? And call this fantasy booking if you want to, but hopefully, and this is a very big hopefully, because I know with WrestleMania coming, we might have the draft around the corner again. And with that in mind, I'm kind of wanting to see this somehow lead to Gunther versus Roman.
Yeah, that would be outstanding. I would love that.
And Jay being in Roman's shadow for so long is a perfect transition, because why isn't Jay in the main event of night one, but Roman is? And that leads us to the triple threat match, or should I say, the custody of Paul Heyman triple threat match of Roman versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins.
Right.
All right.
I like that. I like that. Yeah. So hopefully something like that comes down. I really do. I mean, I love that scenario you just pretty much laid out.
All right. So what's your pick on this triple threat match?
CM Punk, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns. Wow, man, this is a hard one. For some reason, I think CM Punk is gonna win it, man. I think he's gonna win it. I think this is gonna end the relationship between Roman and Paul Heyman, at least temporarily, because I do not see Roman taking a big interest in the WWE right now. He wants to be off in Hollywood. He's not making a lot of entrances as far as in WWE, WWE Raw or WWE SmackDown. His schedule is very light, so I think he's bowing out for a little while. I do think he's going to come back and forth, but he's going to work even more. He's already was like pretty much part-time guy. He's going to be probably doing a quarter of the work that he used to do. So I do think Paul Heyman will end up with CM Punk after a hard fought battle, and Paul Heyman being pretty much discombobulated on exactly what he wants to do. Now, and then you got to throw in freaking Rollins in this thing. So this should be a great match. Should be a 4-star match on paper. 4.5-star match. These guys are going to battle it out. But I see CM Punk, as long as he stays healthy in this match, CM Punk will end up winning. Now, do I think he's gonna win off of talent? Because he's definitely not the most talented guy in this matchup. Roman probably is the best overall in this matchup, but the most talented guy is Seth Rollins. In my opinion, he's the most talented out of these three. But Roman is the best overall as far as power, presentation, power, and being able to put everything together at a game plan together as a winner. He's a winner, one of these guys that just can come out on top just because he is Roman Reigns. He has the size, he has the strength, he has the endurance, he has the will to win. Now CM Punk is one of these, he believes everything about himself. He believes the hype, and he wrestles toward the hype. Everything that he does is toward the hype. So that right there gives him strength. Freaking Rollins is one of these guys that believes that no one can defeat him. He really believes that. But freaking Rollins, that leads him into mistakes. So Roman is really my choice, but I see Roman bowing out, and I see CM Punk winning this, and I do see Paul Heyman ending up with CM Punk. Now, Seth Rollins, who tried to stomp him last week on SmackDown, talking about, now you owe me a favor. I don't know what favor he's talking about, but I have a big feeling that CM Punk will retain. He will get the services of Paul Heyman going forward.
Yeah, and I feel like this match was only utilized to give Roman something to do, because you just couldn't leave him off the card after last year, and the only reason Roman was in this match was because The Rock wasn't available, and I'm also thinking if Roman is to lose this match, he can't be the one pinned. Roman can't take the pin in this match.
Right.
All right.
So Self will be the one that's pinned. I'm with you on that.
All right. But do you think Paul Heyman is going to make Seth? Do you think Seth Rollins is going to be a Paul Heyman guy? Because I'm hearing a lot of people shout about that right now.
That Self will be a Paul Heyman guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. That could happen, to pretty much. That could happen to pretty much give Seth Rollins something else, something different, because he's basically doing the same thing over and over again, and you want to propel him to another level. So yeah, that could happen. Put a manager with him. I always thought that would be cool to do that, because he's another one that deserves it, man. He needs to have a reign, similar to what Roman had, and having a manager with him, somebody else who can talk, and Roman has become a very good talker with Paul Heyman. Man, yeah, that would be an outstanding combination. So I wouldn't be shocked. And maybe this right here lead to a union with him and CM Punk. I wouldn't be stunned. I wouldn't be stunned at all.
All right, moving on to night 2 with another triple threat match. The Women's World Championship is being defended by Io Sky, who takes on both Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. And look, Io, she's been getting disrespected. Like, this is her match to win.
Yeah. I would like to see Io hold on to the title. I really would. And I think she should be able to hold on to the title. She deserves to hold on to the title. She has just as much. And speaking of top tier women, I didn't name her in there with Bianca and Becky and Charlotte. I didn't name, and Naomi. I even say Naomi. I didn't name her in there as far as one of these top tier women, but she's top tier. She's, along with, like I say, Charlotte, Becky, Bianca, and I'll say Rhea Ripley and what in the world, Io Sky. Those 5 right there are the top 5 women in the world. I mean, of course, you got to throw in a couple of, a female or 2 from over there in AEW. They do have a couple females that's outstanding, so you do have to throw them in there. But overall, those are the top 5, in my opinion, and Io is one of the top 5. So I do think in my opinion, she deserves a lengthy reign. But for some reason, I think Bianca Belair is going to get that title.
All right, me too.
Well, but no. All right, so I'm still sticking with Io. But this is why I said it's a good thing that the Jade match and this women's triple threat match are divided on the different nights, because hopefully Jade does something with Bianca. Because remember, it is no DQ in a triple threat match. Just putting that out there. So, yeah, I'm still sticking with Io. All right, next up.
You say?
Yeah, I'm still sticking with Io.
Okay, but yeah, I would love for Io to win it. That is my pick. But I think Bianca will take the title, because I do think that right there, they're trying to lead. They're trying to make something happen between her and Jade later on down the road. And I think they miss as far as Bianca, whether you liked her or not. And there's times of, people was tired of her or whatever, wasn't liking her, but she was so popular as a champion. And like I said, look, TKO Holdings, I believe they're all about money, James. And they are going with they are going with the ladies and gentlemen that are the most popular. And Bianca she's very popular. She's huge. And Io, like I said, Io on this European tour, she was the most popular on the European tour. So I just hope Rhea doesn't win. That's all it is to it. I don't want Rhea to win. And to tell you the truth, I really don't want Bianca to win. I want Io to win it. So I'm with you on that. But I for some reason, I believe she's going to lose, man. Okay?
All right, next up. Fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental Championship. Braun Breaker, Penta, Finn Balor, and Dirty Dom. I think I know my winner. I think I know my pick. But I'm going to let you go for it.
Okay, so Penta's in this, Braun Breaker, Finn Balor, and who else? Dom.
Dirty Dom. Dominic
God.
Mysterio.
And his bronze title on the line, the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, that's on the line.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
I already know my pick. But I'm not going to say it yet.
I don't see a reason that they would keep the title on Braun right now, even though Braun is a future star. He's a future world champion. But I don't think they have anything lined up for him. Penta is right now the guy that they're trying to push. He is the favorite. I mean, to me, he will be the favorite. But for some reason, I think Dom's going to win it. I think Dom probably going to win it. I don't know why Dom will win it. Dom shouldn't win it. Dom shouldn't have a singles title, in my opinion. But for some reason, him being in this title matchup, it makes me think that he's going to win this title. And there's going to be a breakup between him and Finn Balor. That's going to break up Judgment Day. I think they want to end that thing because they don't really have anything no more for the Judgment Day. But I do think that's going to blow up in Dom's face in him and Finn, because Finn wants that Intercontinental Championship. But I do think there's going to be a blow up between those two. So, and I do think that's what, by Dominic winning the title, I think that's going to be the final straw for Finn Balor. So, yeah, I'm going to have to go with Dom in this, man.
I'm glad you said it, because that's exactly what I was thinking too. Now look, I don't hate Dom. Like, Dom has been doing everything right as a heel, and I don't even know how he did it, but even in Dom's last match with Gunther, the crowd was still somehow chanting for him. And I really don't see Dom getting kicked out of Judgment Day because Liv Morgan is still in it. And I know that they've been teasing of Dom trying to beg Finn, oh, we need another member. Finn kicked Damian Priest out of the Judgment Day because he started acting like a leader, and that's exactly what Finn's doing now. So I'm saying that if Finn is getting kicked out, which Finn does not need the Judgment Day right now, and I would like to see whoever this new member is be the reason Finn gets kicked out. So yeah, I'm going with Dirty Dom too. Yeah, and plus, like, Dom really needs it, and like, I think he's paid enough dues that he deserves a big Mania victory like this one. And plus, in the chaos that is a fatal four-way, there is an easy method for him to just, sneak in off of somebody else's work and pin somebody.
Yeah, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Dom will win that, I believe.
Mm-hmm. All right, next up, we have ourselves, oh man, this one's going to be monkey butt ugly. A Sin City street fight. Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Part of me hopes this is Falls Count Anywhere, but I doubt it.
Man, Drew has been getting the short end of the stick for a while now.
Yeah.
He's really been getting worked over. So I'm gonna have to roll with Drew on this, man. As much as I want to go with Damian, I gotta roll with Drew on this. I think Drew is gonna get his. I think he's gonna get his due in this match. I really do. So I think he's going to take out Damian Priest in this match. And because I don't think it's not gonna hurt Damian Priest as much as it would Drew if Drew lost. So I see Drew McIntyre winning the match.
Yeah, and plus, now I'm thinking about it, the last time Drew won at WrestleMania was 2022. 39, he was in the triple threat match. Gunther won. Last year, yeah, he won. He beat Seth, but, the whole cash-in situation, it basically tainted that. So, yeah, exactly. So yeah, I think Drew definitely does need a good, solid undisputable victory here. So yeah, I agree with you. All right, next up, Randy Orton needs a match. Who are you putting him in there with?
Randy Orton. Oh, Randy Orton doesn't have a match?
Not since Kevin Owens has been announced injured, but he's
Oh, yeah.
Randy.
Wow.
Yeah, he's Randy frickin' Orton. There is no way you're gonna tell Randy Orton that he's staying off of Mania. Ain't no way.
Is Sheamus available?
Maybe, but you know who all right. I have a few candidates in mind, but no matter who it is, it doesn't matter who it is facing Randy. It is not going to hurt Randy to lose this match, because anybody could be a big deal. All right, first candidate. I heard Aleister Black is coming back. That's a candidate. Yeah. Another candidate. On the last SmackDown, they teased about Randy RKOing Nick Aldis twice already, and then Randy said that he's not going to apologize or be sorry to Mickie James for whatever happens to Nick if he doesn't get his Mania match or something like that. And it's understandable why Adam Pearce isn't wrestling, but it wouldn't hurt Nick to get back in the ring, and that's honestly what I've been waiting on for a while. And yeah, Solo Sikoa still doesn't have a match yet.
Yeah, Solo doesn't have a match. But out of those three, okay, is that your three?
I got one more, but only to joke about. Karrion Kross, and Las Vegas is his hometown. But you know what Kross said about missing Mania? Because I just read it a few minutes before we even started this video. Kross says, "So what if I'm missing WrestleMania? I get to wake up next to Scarlett Bordeaux in the morning." So, yeah, good job, Karrion.
Yeah, oh yeah. So this is what I'll say about. Okay, I'm gonna start with Karrion first. Karrion lost last night on Raw.
Uh-huh.
Okay, that didn't look good for Karrion, but Karrion needs a big win. So if Karrion went in there and beat Randy Orton, that will put Karrion back where he was at when he first came, before he got on the main roster. When he left NXT, when he looked unbeatable, man, he looked incredible. So that will be great for him to win. Solo Sikoa, I really don't care about Solo Sikoa. Now, if he wrestles Randy, I will roll with Randy. If Aleister Black came back in, I would love for Aleister Black to come back in and get that win. It wouldn't hurt Randy, like you said, not at all. But it will take Aleister Black to, it'll put him in pristine company over in WWE.
Just like
So it will be great to have him. Nick Aldis, I would love to see that. But if he does, I would like to see a great battle between him and Randy. But I would like for Randy to pull it out against Nick Aldis. But but I would love to see him come back and have that match and just battle it out and show everybody in the WWE that he's nobody to be messed with, nobody to fool with, and and show his stuff. So yeah, that would be outstanding. So my favorite two that the scenarios that you had will be Aleister Black and Nick Aldis. I would love to see those two, but the other two are pretty good too. So I really don't want to see Solo against Randy. To me, it's I don't know. Solo doesn't have a match. I don't really know if he needs a match, but well, to tell you the truth, he does. But beating Randy, I don't think will elevate him at all. Because remember, he beat what's his name a couple years back too, and John Cena. He beat him. I can't remember if that was at Survivor Series or WrestleMania. That was which one was it?
SummerSlam.
Yeah, SummerSlam.
Thank you. Or sorry for one of those.
Yeah, but
Okay.
I just hope it ain't Solo Sikoa. But I love all I love all four, but Solo Sikoa is the that's the less likely that I want to see. But yeah, it wouldn't hurt Randy if he win or lose. But to have Randy there, just to see him and just to see him perform, man, is a plus to everybody that's watching WrestleMania. So I'm with you.
All right, next up, AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
God almighty, man. God almighty. I want AJ Styles to win.
Me too.
I want AJ to win, and I want him to win badly. Or would they let that happen? I'm not sure. Because like I said, right now, I think TKO Holdings and Endeavor combined with WWE as far as, Triple H, they're all on a popularity tip, and they probably want the man, the Prime, Mr. Prime Man, to win this match. But yeah, I'm going with AJ Styles, and I'm rolling with him hard, and I hope the whole WWE universe is behind him and rolling with him hard. AJ Styles deserves to go out on top, man. He deserves to go out on top. So I think they need to give him a run for the next couple years to where he's just dynamic, man. There's not too many people beating him. That's what I'm hoping. But for some reason, I just don't think I just don't think they're gonna let him win. But my hope is he wins, just like your hope too. I'm hoping that they give it to AJ.
Yeah. All right.
Next up, we have the Women's Tag Team Championships being defended by Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez, who takes on the team of Bayley and Taya Valkyrie. I want Liv and Raquel to win it.
Wow. I see Raquel Rodriguez and Liv Morgan retaining against Bayley and Taya Valkyrie.
Me too, but
yeah.
Me too, but there's something I'm kind of hoping for, and I really wish they could have done it. I really wish they could have done it for this match, but I was kind of hoping that it could have been Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss finally doing something for the Wyatts heading into this match. But I think that part of me thinks that might have opened up another can of worms, because Judgment Day is on Raw and Wyatt 6 are on SmackDown. They're supposed to be anyway, and I think that would somehow, I don't know, open up a can of worms to lead to Judgment Day versus the Wyatt 6, and maybe we're not ready for that yet. But if we are going to go that route in the future, then maybe it would be best for Liv and Raquel to retain until that happens.
I don't know, but yeah. I see Liv and Raquel winning this match. But yeah, I wish back. Taya Valkyrie, she's okay, but I wish she had a different partner for that match.
All right.
Next up, for the very last match, the big old main event, the WWE Undisputed Championship is being defended by Cody Rhodes, who takes on John Cena. Who's your take on this match, Harry?
Man, my head is telling me John Cena's going to win the match. But my heart is telling me that it's going to be Cody Rhodes. Man, Cody, you can't deny, as many people want him to turn heel, and as many people try to say he's a born champion, he's a very, very, very popular champion. To me, he's the most popular person in wrestling right now. Even with John Cena coming back, and even with Roman, appearing, poking his head in there. Nobody's more popular than Cody when it comes to wrestling right now. So, as much as I think they're going to put it on John Cena so they can pretty much build something off of that, I think Cody's going to win. I think they're going to go ahead. I think they're going to continue on with Cody. I think the fans demand it, and they see that. I hope they see that the fans demand it. The guy's he's extremely popular, man, and I don't think it's time to take the title off of him yet. You have another 6 months to 9 months, maybe you even think about taking the title off of him. I see Cody Rhodes winning this match.
I mean, okay, and now, look, I'm a big horror movie nerd, so I guess there's like a sick part of me that enjoys the morbid curiosity of what would happen when the world burns. And part of me wants John Cena to win this match only out of sheer curiosity. And I know curiosity killed the cat, but like, I'm calling his bluff. No way Cena's leaving even after he wins the title. Ain't no way. He's going to want to rub it in our faces. Alright? And plus, if this is John's last WrestleMania, you can't make him lose. And look, on Cody's... Yeah, and look, on Cody's side though, like, look, the last champion that was before him, Roman, he had that big monster reign that lasted way longer than it was supposed to. And in regards to Cody, I don't think he wants or needs a repeat to even touch a reign that even lasts half that long.
Well, Well, Cody's not going to hold that title as long as that. Nowhere near it. I doubt Cody's going to even make it to 2 years. Like I said, look, I can see him making it to 18 months. 19, maybe. I think 18, 19 months maybe is the max for him. That's the reason I just don't see it, man. I held the title for a year. I don't see Cena winning the belt. Now, do I see this maturating into something that those guys can have something great, outstanding down the road? Yes, that's what I see. That's what I see. But still, I'm with you. Most likely, Cena could win this title. Most likely, he will win the title. To tell you the truth, I have a 60 to 65% of a chance that he's going to win this title. But if he wins that title, do I think he's going to hold on to it long? No. I think Cody's going to take it right back off of him. And it's not going to be long down the road that he takes it off of him. Within 3 weeks to, I say 2 months, Cody will regain that title somewhere. I just don't think the fans it's going to vibe. Now, it may make them hate John Cena a little bit more, and maybe that's what they want to do. Now, my thing is this. John Cena, what does he want out of this when it boils down to it? With him being a movie, with him being in the movies and all that, this will hurt him when it boils down to it, as far as everything that he's doing in the movies. Because you got to look at his fan base as far as movies. Him and Rock, the majority of their fan base is WWE fans. Now, Rock have been able to get fans from all other different areas outside of wrestling as far as his movie career. There's no doubt about it. I think John Cena have too, because a lot of people watch his movies don't even know nothing about wrestling. They know he was a wrestler, but a huge segment of his fans come out of the wrestling arena. And you think these fans won't be petty enough to doggone boycott his movie? Or, I ain't gonna say boycott it, but not go see his movie. So I do not think, I don't think John Cena is gonna keep on that run. He's not going to leave out of here as a heel. He's just not going to do it. So, but it'd be interesting. I would love to see him get that belt and see how he responds to the fans. And then he can become the real Hollywood Hogan, the Hollywood Cena or whatever, because his will be more dynamic than what Hogan's Hollywood Hogan was, because Hollywood Hogan just couldn't act. He was not a good actor, but John Cena is very good. He's very good at it. So he can parlay that into something what like Hogan was doing. I think he could parlay that into something great. But I would like to see him. I would like to see him win it, but I would like to see Cody retain. But I would like to see Cena win it, because I want to see what happens after that. The aftermath of it is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, and like another detail that I was talking with somebody at work about. It's like there is one detail that we are overlooking, and it makes us even that more. I'm getting fumbled. It makes me that much more curious about Triple H's mindset, because think about it like this. All right, Triple H is supposed to be head of creative, right? Right. All right. One of his biggest mentors, Ric Flair, correct? We're now putting Triple H in a position to make him ask, is John Cena going to be the one to have 17 over Rick?
Man,
That's a very
yeah, that right there.
that's a thinker.
Yeah, records was made to be broken. So maybe so. So I don't know that maybe that's gonna happen. We'll see. It's coming up in just a few days. So maybe that's going to happen. But either way it go, I don't see Cena holding that title very long. And as far as him winning that, winning it and breaking Flair's record, it's not going to change anything as far as what Flair's standing is in wrestling lore. So,
Exactly.
but I mean, but John Cena, winning that title, it will cement him. I believe it will cement his legacy, complete his legacy, out here, because he will have that, not just that he was a great wrestler, that he won the title 17 times. And it will cement him, because to me, it's like he's languishing out there. You have all the greats. If you look at the top, I'm gonna say the top seven, 8 guys in there. It seems like John Cena belongs in there, but he's like languishing anywhere between that like 7 and 13, 8, maybe 8 to 13. But he should be in that top 7. You understand what I'm saying? So that right there, I believe, will cement him to being in that top 7, maybe top 5 of all time, along with that record, because you got to take that record into consideration. Being a world champion 17 times, you have to take it in consideration. That he wasn't just tied with the greatest. He actually, took the record. So that would actually elevate him. So I look forward to seeing that match and what they're gonna do with John Cena, and if they decide to put that title on him for the 17th time. Very interesting.
All right. Good.
Yeah, folks. Harry, thank you for joining me. I greatly appreciate it. And y'all viewers at home, you viewers at home, even though this is being uploaded on a Saturday morning, we're still filming this on a Tuesday, so that's why the timing of the conversation seemed a little bit off, but whatever. But yeah, anyway, Harry, once again, thank you for joining me, and to everybody out there watching, happy Wrestlemania Day. I thank you all for tuning in, and until next time, make sure all of y'all remember to be outrageously optimistic year-round. Booyah, we out.
Stay straight up. Peace.